Hey, it's Sam Bearer for Class Winners Collector Vehicles, and I'm back here in the workshop garage just putting the final finishing touches to wrap up this great 1955 Ford Thunderbird. This last little issue is so common with collector vehicles in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and even into the 80s. And that problem is, when you turn on the lights, all the lights go on except for the dash lights. And it turns out it's usually pretty easy to diagnose because there's one common problem area that hampered cars for decades. So let's dig into it and see what we can find. Hey, so this is a great time to remind you to go ahead and click that Class Winners icon in the lower corner, because then you can subscribe and find out when we have new videos up, either of our workshop series where we're tinkering on all kinds of classic American and JDM and European cars, or our seat of the pants videos where we're actually getting them out and flogging them on the open road. So subscribe now, and also don't forget to comment and let us know what you want to see and what you think about it. So I've taken the opportunity to already drop down the light switch. But basically, this is how you'd find it sitting in this hole here. And the way to take this out of there, in most cars of the 50s and 60s and 70s, whether it's Ford or GM, a lot of cars, is you simply push this button that's in between all the wires and make sure that your power is off, because power goes directly to the switch here from the battery. So power off, push this button, pull the knob. Knob comes out. Then you'll see behind it is just simply a place where you can put a flat blade screwdriver. And you just screw that out. And the whole thing comes out. And then you can, with the bezel out of the way, you can pull this part out from behind and drop it down. Now, obviously, it's already been dropped down, so we can show you. But what we're interested in is this section right here, the rheostat. The rheostat takes power from the battery feed, puts it through a bunch of wires internally that's a variable resistor, and then sends it out this wire, this blue and red wire, and this is the dash bulb wires. So I've already checked for continuity to the switch, and obviously we know we have power to the switch because the headlights and the tail lights and the turn signals, everything's going on. But if we want to make sure that we're getting power to the rheostat, we need to check that. So let's get our multi-tester. So I've already put the light pull knob back in because we need to turn the lights back on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the lights, so pull it out. Then I'm gonna put on this contact here, which goes into the rheostat, we're gonna put one side of the tester, and on the other prong, we're just gonna hit ground. And let's see, oh, there we go. And it's dancing around, it's okay, we got 6 volts. And now we go to the other side. And we got a whole lot of nothing. So the problem is in this rheostat here. And all that does is it's contacts that move along a resistor. So in most cars, if they are let to sit long enough, they get moisture and dirt and grime in there, and they just get all mucked up. So the most important thing to do is before you start ripping wires apart, ripping the knob apart, anything, going out and buying new parts, just try a simple approach. Take some cleaner. I use this stuff. It's Deoxit D5. It is a miracle worker for cleaning contacts. So we'll give this a shot. So I'm going to push this back in so it's off. I'm going to take the deoxit and just kind of spray in around where the contacts lead in, behind here and on the side. And I'm just going to work it back and forth. Now I'm going to pull it out to the park position. And now all the way out. And whoa, look, we got them. They're back. And it's kind of, I mean, you can see the rheostat's not working, it's coming up and it hits kind of a dead spot and all that, but dash light's back. Here, I've turned off the production lights so it's a little bit easier to see, but yeah, let's turn it on and turn the rheostat up. And it's on all the way, and look, you can see it right here, and here on the odometer. We're good to go. Right on. So this fix took what? It would have taken about all of 5 minutes. Yeah, you probably could, this could stand to have a new light switch put in if you want to have that full dim. Or what a lot of people do is simply take a bridging wire, a jumper between the supply side right to the wire side and just bypass the rheostat. Because although you can buy a light switch for with rheostat for a lot of Fords and Chevys and Mopars, some of the rare cars you simply can't get them anymore. So sometimes a simple solder of a piece of wire behind there can get your dash lights going again when the switch is made of unobtainium or costs an insane amount like $500 or $1,000 on a rare car. So this is a great way to go. All right, so the final part of the puzzle is you got to put everything back in. I've disconnected the battery so we don't short anything out. But basically, you take the light switch and pull the plunge back out, and see there's a little locating tab here. So you just fish that underneath and place it in back here, and then try to line everything up. And again, it's a little finicky. So it's going to take a second to line everything up. So whatever you do, don't get frustrated. Just take your time, line it up. Don't strip threads. It's just gonna take a sec. Just think how you'll be when you're the age of this 1955 Thunderbird. And all your parts aren't gonna line up just absolutely perfectly. So just kind of need it to catch and start. Almost had it. Then we lost it. But, you know, that's just kind of what it's like to work with old cars. I think we got it. There we go. That's that in. That's in. Let's tighten her all up. Then take your pull knob and you'll see there's a flat spot on it, so you got to line it up. And I think we're good. Now let's go hook up the battery and see if it all works. All right, we got the knob back in, we got the battery back on. Let's see what we got. Hey, dash lights. Yeah, rheostat is a little finicky, but you know, if we leave it up on that high side, it's great. And one thing we really should do is walk around and make sure all of our lights are still working, because that lighting switch is hooked to all the lights. So, yep, we got tail lights, and we got headlights. Right on, we're in good shape. All right, so we got the steering wheel back on. Now, we actually didn't have to take the steering wheel out to do this project. I just did it because it's easier for me in this very small car to get at the light switch and put a multimeter up there while filming. So it's just 2 screws and a bolt here. So that's why I took it off. But it's back on, we're ready to go, battery's hooked up. So I'm Sam Bear for Class Winners Collector Vehicles in the Workshop, signing off and reminding you, you can do it yourself. These are really simple, fun projects that would cost you several $100, maybe even $1,000 at the wrong mechanic. So just do it yourself and have some fun and learn to enjoy the small little things of tinkering around on your classic vehicle. Till next time, life's too short for ordinary cars.